straight flatlined. Beep, 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 flatlined. Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film my mid-year freakout tag, which I think is crazy that it's already the end of June. Before I begin this video, I just want to thank everyone for all the support I received again. I've hit 280 subscribers recently. I just want to thank everyone. I think it's crazy the amount I've grown in such a short amount of time. Just want to say thank you, thank you, and thank you. And I hope you guys love the content I'm giving you guys. And I just want to thank everyone because I'm having so much fun filming my videos, interacting with you guys. So thank you. Let's get started with this video now. The first question is, what is the best book you've read so far this year? For this question, I'm going to have to say The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Who's surprised? No one. I love this book so much, and it's just so relevant in the time we're living in now. It's so beautifully written. I love the main character Star. I love her growth. I raved about this in my books I read this spring video. Please read this book. I said this in my spring wrap up, but please read this book if you haven't read this book. It's such an amazing read. It doesn't matter what genre is your favorite genre. If you don't read young adult contemporary, I feel like this is one of the young adult contemporaries I would recommend to literally everyone because it's so important. I don't recommend it only because it's an important read. I recommend it because it's a beautiful read. At the end of the day, it's amazing, it's spectacular, it's stunning. Please read this book. It's so amazing. 100% it deserves all the hype, all the rave, all the praise. It's amazing. Like, such an amazing, amazing read, and definitely the best book I've read so far in 2020. The next question is best sequel you've read so far, and for this one I have to say Bright We Burn by Kiersten White. This book is stunning. It's amazing. This is the third book in the And I Darken trilogy, if I didn't mention that before. I rated the book a 5 out of 5 stars. I love the ending of this trilogy. I really, at the end of this series, connected to all the main characters. Lada, Radu have my heart. And it's crazy because they're both very, very different characters. But, like, at the end of the day, I like them because of their differences and the similarities. I feel like Lada's not the most likable person, but at the end of the day, I still loved her, and I love Radu. I feel like a lot of the hype died down after the first book came out, but this series deserves so much more praise. I feel like, I know this is still a hyped up book series, but still, it deserves all of it. And each book in the trilogy got better, which I think is the perfect trilogy, when each book gets better instead of worse. So definitely recommend the series. Next question is new release you haven't read but you want to. I have 3 answers for this question. First of all, Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. Elizabeth Acevedo is an author that has taken booktube by storm. Every book she's released, every book she's written, everyone has loved it. Everyone raves about it, and I'm just so excited to read this book and all of her other books. This book is basically about 2 sisters who don't know they're sisters, and they find out they're sisters because their dad has been in a plane crash. They meet, and this book has a very Parent Trap-esque plot, and I love Parent Trap. That's one of my favorite movies growing up. Everyone praises Elizabeth Acevedo for her writing and her characters and how relatable they are, how her characters really spoke to them. I'm just so excited because I want characters that I can relate to. I want characters to love. I want stories that are so beautiful they make me cry. I love that. So I'm so excited to read her book. The second one is Take a Hint, Dani Brown. I haven't read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, but I received this arc from NetGalley and I was so pressed. And it was like halfway through Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I just wasn't feeling it. I'm still so excited to read both of those books because everyone loves it. Hopefully I love Get a Life, Chloe Brown as much as everyone else did, because I was really excited when I got the arc for Take a Hint, Dani Brown. I really want to love that book also. The third answer for this question is Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. If you don't know me, I'm a Hunger Games fangirl to the end of times. That book series shaped me in middle school. It's probably my favorite series of all time, to be honest. There's a lot of mixed opinions and reviews on this book. I'm just gonna go into it with an open mind. It's about Dr. Snow, about him coaching someone in the Hunger Games. I don't know what it's about. I said Dr. Snow. I just realized I said Dr. Snow. I love how I just went on that whole rant about I'm a Hunger Games fangirl to the end of days, but then I just called President Snow Dr. Snow. Moving on. I'm so excited for this book. I have it on hold on my Libby app, and hopefully I'm gonna love it, because I want to love it really badly. The next question is most anticipated release for the second half of 2020. And for this question, I have multiple answers again. I'm annoying, I know. First one is Cinderella's Dead. First of all, this cover is stunning. This book is a fantasy novel and it takes place in the future where Cinderella is dead. It takes place with this main girl who is a black lesbian, and she has to take part in this ball where the men kind of choose their future wife at the ball, like it was in the Cinderella movie. And it takes place with the descendant of Cinderella who doesn't want to do this tradition anymore either. So they kind of team up to basically take down the patriarchy. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I just saw the black girl on the cover in a freaking ball gown. I was like, I'm here for it. Next one I have is The Voting Booth by Brandy Colbert. I love Brandy Colbert so much. I received this arc from NetGalley, and when I tell you, I was so excited. I was so excited. Brandy Colbert is one of my favorite authors of all time. This book is based about two people who are in line to vote, and they kind of fall in love. It kind of gives me some The Sun Is Also a Star vibes. I haven't read that book yet. I plan to. Don't yell at me. I plan to. But it kind of gives me that one day fall in love vibe I got from Sun Is Also a Star, which I need to read, I know. Next one I have is Legend Born, another book with a stunning black girl on a cover. Again, have no idea what this book is about. It's a fantasy novel with a black girl as the main character who has powers, and again, that's all I need to know. I received this arc on NetGalley, and when I tell you, when I clicked the request on NetGalley, I fully expected to get denied. So when I got accepted, I was screaming. I was so excited, and I'm so excited to read this book. The next question is the biggest disappointment of the year so far, and for that, I have to say, My Sister the Serial Killer. I went into this book fully expecting to love it, fully expecting this to be like one of my favorite thrillers of this year, and I gave it 2 stars, so it wasn't that. Honestly, I don't know who tricked us to think this was a thriller, but it is not a thriller, it is an adult contemporary. The first chapter of this book was so good. It started off with like main character and her sister literally cleaning up a murder, them scrubbing the floor, them trying to hide the body. It was amazing. It gave me those Dexter vibes. I loved that. But then that was like the only scene we got of them in action. It got me hooked, and then it fell straight flatlined. Beep, 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 flatlined. Don't label this as a thriller when it is not a thriller. It's not a thriller. It is not. And I don't know how this almost won the Goodreads freaking awards of best thriller when it is not a thriller. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just so disappointed with this book. And again, I don't know why a lot of authors want to label their books as thrillers when it is the last thing from it. I don't get the point of mislabeling your books. I don't get it. I seriously do not get it. Next question is biggest surprise. The biggest surprise so far this year is definitely 13 Minutes by Sarah Pinborough. I almost DNF'd this book. I was 40 pages in, and the main character was really grinding my nerves. I really didn't like her. Like literally a girl drowned and almost died, and all the main character was thinking about how the girl who drowned dropped her in high school to become friends with cooler people. Like, who cares? The girl almost died. Why are you focusing on that? I couldn't wrap my head around how the main character was so focused on something as stupid as that. I don't know, but I ended up giving this book a 5 out of 5 stars. So if you need like a book with likable characters, or if you're character driven, I would recommend this book. But I love this book. The plot twist, oh my gosh, Sarah Pinborough would never disappoint me with their plot twist. It took me on a ride. I enjoyed that ride. It was a roller coaster with loop-de-loops and freaking sweat. It was amazing. Please read this book. It's so worth it. Please read this book. Next question is favorite new author. For this question, I have to say Ibi Zoboi. I read American Street by Ibi Zoboi and Pride by her, and her writing is so lyrical, so beautiful, and just like it makes you want to continue on reading. I rated American Street 5 stars. I rated Pride 4 stars. If Pride was just a little bit longer, it could have been a 5 stars. I love her writing style so much. I loved it. I feel like her writing is probably the strongest points in her books, and the best part of her book is her writing. And that's amazing. That's a gift. Her writing is so strong, so beautiful, so captivating. Everyone needs to read her books. Everyone needs to read her books. 100%. Next question is newest fictional crush. To be honest, I don't really have a lot of crushes on book characters. I feel like I like the love interest for the main character, but I never loved them for me, if that makes sense. But if I had to pick one, if you guys are forcing me to pick one, I'll pick Michael from The Kiss Quotient. He is like literally perfect. I don't know one flaw. I can't find one flaw with this man. He's perfect. He's very handsome. He's sweet. He's loving. He's caring. He's very understanding. He's very family oriented. Like, this man literally gave up his dreams to take care of his mom with cancer. Like, there is nothing wrong with this man. There is nothing wrong with this man. He was just he was just so sweet. And I just love him. I just love him. And by the end of the Kiss Quotient, I'm pretty sure he's like filthy rich, so that's a plus. Next question is newest favorite character. And for that, I'm gonna have to say Darby from No Exit by Taylor Adams. First of all, this book is amazing. It's so good. It's so fast paced. But oh my gosh, Darby is that character. First of all, why did Taylor Adams name her Darby? Why? That's such a freaking random name to name your main character. But I'm not hating it. I'm not mad about it. Darby made so many smart decisions. She was just that girl. She was just that final girl. Like, I love her. I think that's why I love slasher movies, because I love rooting for the final girl. I love that. I know people don't like that trope. I love the final girl trope. I love Scream. That's my favorite slasher movie. Like, because I love Sydney. Like, not the point. But oh my gosh, Darby, I was rooting for her from beginning to end. I loved her. I love how she's like going through something while doing all this amazing stuff, but she was like, you know what? I don't care what I have to do. I'm gonna make it out of here. Like, I literally love her so much. She deserves the world. Next question is book that made you cry. There's so many. It's sad how many there is, but there's so many. Female of the Species by Minnie McGinnis. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Kemmer. Bright We Burn by Kirsten White. American Street by Evie Zavoy. And Like a Love Story. I know I seem very emotionally unstable from the amount of times I cried, but I'm such a crybaby where, like, you don't need to do much to make me cry. Like, I cry about if something a little bit emotional happens, I'm crying. So, next question is book that made you happy. That's literally almost any romance I read this year. Alex Proximally by Jen Bennett. The Kiss Quotient. The Bride Test by Helena Wang. Bromance Book Club. Undercover Bromance. Felix Ever After. The Boyfriend Project. Hating Game by Sally Thorne. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Every romance book I read this year, / every young adult contemporary that's fluffy, that made me happy. I love a happy ending. I love that, especially in young adult contemporary / romance. I don't get like some romance authors like an unhappy ending, like sis, I don't know what you thought this was. This is a romance novel. This is not a fantasy novel where you kill off characters. Like, calm down. Like, let's bring it back. If you think you're gonna kill off my main love interest or my main character in a romance novel, you have another thing coming. You have another thing coming. You know, babe, this is fictional. This is not real life. Everyone better have a happy ending or I'm coming for you. Just joking, I'm not gonna come for you, but still. My character better have a happy ending if I'm reading a freaking romance novel. Next question is most beautiful book you bought this year. And the answer to this question is definitely The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. It's crazy that the most beautiful book I bought this year, I got it from a thrift store for like $3. Like, wow, my mind? Oh my gosh, I love this cover so much. It's stunning. The gold, like, encrusted, the spine, the little ribbon. I love when books have like ribbon bookmarks. It's so cute. Deckled edges, map end pages, which I love in fantasy novels. I feel like every fantasy novel has to do that. Like, you're crazy if you don't do that and you write a fantasy book. Like, what's wrong with you? Okay, I'm joking. Have I read this book though? That's not the question. That is not the question. The next and final question of this tag, you have reached the end of this video, are what books do you need to get to by the end of this year? It's literally every book on my physical TBR. I have so many. I'm going to show you guys a little bit. Obviously, Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. Slay by Brittany Morris. My Dana L. Davis collection. The Voice in My Head. And Tiffany Sly Lives Here. I need to read these books. Purple Hibiscus. I've had this book on my TBR for 2 years now. Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. I read Children of Blood and Bone. I love Children of Blood and Bone. People have mixed feelings on this book, so I'm kind of scared. Hopefully this book is just as amazing. This cover is stunning also, so hopefully it's good so I can keep the series on my shelf. And last but not least, I had the Shades of Magic trilogy. I bought this box set like a month ago. I still haven't read it. I need to read it because everyone adores this series. Everyone adores V. Schwab, so V. Schwab. Schwab. I love the sound of the name Schwab. It's so funny to me. Whatever. I need to read it. So we reached the end of this video. I'm so happy to have filmed my mid-year freakout tag. This is one of my favorite tags. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more of these. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye.